Herald 4, Lion, self-support. So yeah, what's your comment about this? I would like to know what mistakes that I made in the game. Okay. It's kind of broad, or because if we talk about mistakes, there's a lot of them for sure. Like early, mid to late game. But yeah, I'll give it to you like one by one, and then I'll give you the top mistakes that you committed, and then improve from there. So you have the observer in here. Um,
30 seconds
you're going
to
for a
battle.
kill. I think it's possible. It's doable if there's a stupid player that will go low round. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Sharky. If you planted a ward in here, what are the chances that the enemy have ward in here? It's very it's highly likely that they have vision in here as well. So I strongly suggest that if you planted a vision in here, if your team planted a vision in here, go in here instead. Like go from there behind, because you can see them already, right? There's no more element of surprise if you are going to play in here and then go in here from the low ground, going to the high ground. But if you are playing from here, from the high ground, they don't have any vision on you here, guys. And then you have vision over them, so you can always go to them and then kill them. No element of surprise. This is predictable. So yeah, let's see how it works. So 1.52 times speed, life stealer, and then you even attack from the low ground. This one gives an idea that you have vision over here. Like it's gonna be much easier for them to deward this observer, because you just attack from the low ground, and then you don't even have a kill potential. I mean, at this point, if the Tidehunter go for the Gush level 1, you could probably kill that life stealer in there. But yeah, it's basically a wasted time, and then some mana as well. Although you managed to get the rune, but you failed to get the first blood. Tombstone level 1, it's so bad. It's not gonna be useful in the lane. You're queuing for item like Etherlens already. You should go for Tranquil Boots or Boots first, and then go for Etherlens. You're way too far from the resources that you are getting. If the Tidehunter is not last hitting it, take it. You're getting harassed. So Tranquil is really a good item in here. I mean, even the casual Ring of Regen, you can actually buy it right now, and then you will have the additional regen, because there's no way that you can gain 500 gold in a short period of time. You will have the courier, deliver the item first, and then even go back to the base before you could get 500 golds. And then since you're a support, you are not going to last it those creeps, so it's gonna take so much time. So make it count. Yeah. Item. You cannot afford to go like this. 800, 825, 650. The problem that you have in this lane right now is sustain. Although you are not actually having it, because Tidehunter is the one dying. But earlier you saw how big their damage is. And then you're not even last hitting. Like, no one is contesting you. You could actually get those last hits, Sharky. I don't know what you're doing at this point. Maybe you're flaming the Tidehunter? I don't know. But you 5 creeps in here, you should last hit those things. At least you try to last it. Because the Tidehunter is still dead, and then TP will take like 3 seconds to complete. So those 5 creeps, it's like 250 golds that you wasted. You're just AFK in here. This is bad. You should be happy whenever you have that opportunity that you are going to take those creeps. But yeah, you're not able to abuse it. And then you're so far forward. I was afraid that they would come for me after that. No, they're not going to go on you. Because they already used the Maledict and then the cast on the Tidehunter. And then they even used the Axe Battle Hanger. So that means they don't have any more spells to use. And then they're going to dive on you under tower. Which is not going to happen because they don't have fortification as well. It's going to be available at 3 minutes. So there's no need to be afraid about it. Especially the only way that they can go on you is just right clicks. You need to be familiar about the cooldown of the spells if that is the case. That is the main reason why you're so afraid. Yeah, sure. Good night. Good night, Cecilum. It's actually good that we're not going to do the coaching when you're sleepy. It's actually better for both of us. Like, I will have your full attention tomorrow. Last hit. I think you should use the salve on this Tidehunter, and then you going for Sentry Ward is really costly. Like, it's 100 golds. Like, how did you know that they have Observer in the lane? Like, I don't think it is warded. So I don't see any reason why would you go for the Sentry. Like, at this point. So that's a wasted gold right there. Like 100 gold. You don't buy items if you don't need it. I mean, Azure Lens is actually needed, but at this point of the game, since you're struggling when it comes to the sustain, salve him. Perfect. Yeah, this is the thing that you needed the most. Like, you need to sustain this Tidehunter because he is your core. I'm going to fast forward the game because I feel like it's gonna be the same thing over and over. Sentry in there? Yeah, you just wasted gold in there, right? Wasted 50 gold. And then possibly you're gonna plant it here as well. It's gonna be a wasted 50 gold again. Bottom is missing? No, they're not missing. Your call about bottom is missing is misleading. The team will have trust issues. Yeah, because you keep saying missing, but you don't even specify which hero. Now you went for the Axe and the Witch Doctor, although the Witch Doctor just showed up in there. You just need to keep on saying that Axe is missing. But since Axe is a core, I don't think that he will actually gank people. You managed to kill. But yeah, the Earth Spike is actually a mistake. So what's better thing that you can do in here, Sharky, is that when the Lifestealer casted the Rage, what I want you to do next time is select the hero first. And that way you will see how long is the duration left. You know? This is only 3 seconds. Unless you are counting in your head. 1, 2, 3. You're not even counting. But yeah. At least it's still dead. That's the idea. You can have the Chankles now. You can go for Darius now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
You keep saying bottom is missing, although Witch Doctor just showed and then used the spells. Even if Witch Doctor gank, since he doesn't have spells, he's useless. And then you even bought Salve? You really need... If you go for Chankles at this point, you'll have, you know, movement speed and then you can easily gank other lane because you don't need to keep buying consumables for yourself. You just need to leech or suck some mana to a creep, and then you're good to go again. You should play around the Viper. I mean, even here, you wasted another 50 gold sentry. They are dying. Tide Hunter doesn't have a game. It's better if the Tide Hunter will just go for the stacks. Viper is really strong, so you should play around Viper. But it is way too early for it to go for Hex. Spell usage though. If you want to have the ganks be successful, you need to think about how can they stop you from killing them. Like, think in advance. Like in that play, you already use the first skill and then second skill, and then Axe realizes that you don't have any more damage or even control to kill the guy. Hex is good, but the positioning is bad because you got hit by this Spirit Breaker. Go for Q. Done. I mean, Hex doesn't have damage, but yeah, still dead. Life Stealer there. But yeah, as much as possible, go for Q, especially the Life Stealer doesn't have the Rage available. Maybe you're not that familiar when it comes to the cooldowns of the spells. TP. What's your item next? Life Stealer will die. Arcane Boots. You see what happened in there, Sharky, earlier? Here. So after you killed the Life Stealer, you need to go back home. Right? Because you're low on HP, you're low on mana. If you have Shankles, you can move around and then you'll still have HP. And then when it comes to the mana, you can just go for mana drain. And then you can do a lot again in the game. So this is one of the good things about Lion. He is high-paced hero. He doesn't need a lot to move around the map. He just needs Tranquils and then he's always good to go. Like, you know, mana drain for mana, Tranquils for HP. You can always be active, basically. Which is the biggest strength of Lion, if you ask me. Last hit. Nice. Keep last hitting. Keep going. Should I go help them at mid? Yeah, you should help them at mid. But you don't have Shankles, so it's a bit of a problem. You tried to kill the Axe even though he's very low. You don't even get the kill, so this is a wasted finger of death since it's 160 seconds. This is not the greatest. You know, it's very high on the cooldown, so you should not just try to use it. It's an overkill, pretty much. Something that you should not be doing for higher MMR bracket, for your improvement. Don't go for overkills. Reserve your skills, especially when it has a very high cooldown. You keep stacking, but does your team know that you're stacking? It feels like the team don't know that you've been stacking the whole time. Because if the team knows that you're stacking, they should have taken care of it by now. So you can actually TP in there, but you did not. You're just walking in here, like, yeah, good roll. Spirit Breaker is there. I mean, you don't need to TP in there because you're so close. TP scroll itself is 100 gold. Think about it. TP is 100 gold. If you just walk in there, you can still be there. And then you save 100 gold as well. So be careful with those TPs. It's costly, you know? It's the same thing with the sentry wards earlier. Like, there's no indication that they have observer in there. Like in the early game as well, or even observer, you know? Don't just randomly use the sentry wards, or even buy it in the first place. You're spending so much gold on something that you should not buy in the first place. If you are near the Viper, you can turn it around.
Is under
But
attack.
yeah, you're not there. Another thing, Sharky, is that you can disassemble this Arcane Boot. So you could actually go for Void Stone and then Azure Lens Recipe and then disassemble the Arcane Boots and then you'll have the Azure Lens. And then go for Shankles, of course. So far, you don't have neutral items. Keen Optic is really good on you. Stun. I mean, even your map movement in here. Let's see it here. So here, right? You can see the Witch Doctor. It's actually much better if you go in here, go to his back, because naturally this Witch Doctor will run away from the Viper, right? So how can he run away? Of course, his only direction is here. But what you did in here is that you decided to go with the Viper, and then it keeps on bouncing, and then he almost survived in the process, right? He almost survived in there because of that chain stun, like the bounces, and then you receive so much damage because of it. But if you go in here, you will not receive any damage, and then you'll be able to stun the guy. Same thing with the Viper as well. Like, he will not receive those damage in the first place because he can only use, since the cast will not bounce, less damage. So yeah. So what are the mistakes so far that you've been doing? So far it's itemization and then map movement and then spell usage.
Bottom tower is
So
under
far,
attack.
those are the biggest thing that you need to work on. Those three things. Lifestealer's there. I mean, why you're not trying to kill the Lifestealer? You're so afraid. You can stun first the Lifestealer before, like, Hex first, and then chain stun him to death. I don't know. Maybe you're afraid. They're charging, so that means they have vision in there. Slurk is going on you. Orchid, stun, Hex, even finger. Yeah, you understand it. Impale not hitting. Okay, still happen. Yeah, that fight is over. You're not going to win that one.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Go back to lane.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Finish your
Haste.
Etherlands. I'm going to fast forward the game because we're just only identifying your bad habits or mistakes. You're pinging your Etherlands, but you're not even farming. Yep. You want to finish your Etherlands, but you decided to play with them and fight.
Bottom tower structure.
You are countering yourself. Like, if you're pinging your items, like how much gold you need, that means you want to farm. You don't want to fight. But you fight instead. Maybe. Okay.
Radiant's top tower
Axe.
is under
Keep chasing
attack.
on the axe. Holy shit, this is a very long chase. This is a really long chase. Yep.
Radiant's bottom tower
Almost
is under
died in there.
attack.
If you have the Etherlands in there, you can kill them. The team is actually carrying you. Like, they're so strong. They don't actually need you in there.
War has come to Radiant's bottom tower. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Next.
Radiant's
Wait, are you going to fight or what?
before axes
Nah, you don't want to fight anymore because of low health.
is under attack.
Illusion.
Dire's middle tower
You can use the mana drain, by the way. If you use the mana drain on illusions, it will be destroyed immediately, or even hex. But the idea is that you will destroy the illusions immediately. This mana drain is very low cooldown, like 6 seconds. Disconnected. What's your next item on this? Possibly Blink Dagger. That's what I'm hoping for. Blink Dagger is the one of the best items per line to get. Wait, you're going for Aghanims? I think. If you go for Aghanims, you'll be tanky. You'll have more damage with the finger.
is under attack.
That's for sure. But if you don't have the mobility, like immediately jump on the target, these things will happen. You know? If you have Blink Dagger right there,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
you can help the Tidehunter like immediately. He will not die on Slark, and then you could actually kill the Slark in there, like surprise him, and then him being unable to use the Dark Pact. Yeah, Scepter is a good item on Lion, but it is luxury item, if you ask me, because Lion is very squishy, so the mobility items is really great on him. Like, you can always go in and then go out. Yeah, Aghanim's Scepter is really greedy for me. And then you need to play around Viper, and you need detection, a lot of detection as well. Like at this point, since Slark is just killing you, you need mobility or survival items, such as going for Ghost Scepter, or going for Force Staff or Glimmer Cape. In that way, even if the Slark go on you, you'll survive. Not like this. You died twice, like twice in a row for the Slark, but you still don't try to counter it, you know? You know for a fact that Slark can kill you alone, but you don't do anything to stop it from happening.
I'll take that.
And to stop it from happening, you need something like Ghost Scepter or Staff. Even Glimmer Cape is good. And Detection, of course, since he has Shadow Blade. But yeah, going for Aghanim Scepter, it's not gonna help you at all. Even if you have Aghanim Scepter, if the Slark is on top of you, you're still gonna die. Your damage is gonna be useless if you're dead. So, what's happening in here? Like, you have vision, no one is making move. Yep, just play around the team. Hexing, you're dead again. Buyback, hex, stun, you're dead again. So this is what I'm talking about, right? You can always initiate, but once you initiate it, the team or the enemy will have an idea where you are, and then they can dive on you and then kill you. And that's how you lost the engagement in the mid lane. Like you even bought back for that one and then still die. Positioning is really bad, for sure. So yeah, just want to know, Sharky, if you do have any questions for me. Neko means cat, right? In Japanese. Yeah, of course. This is cat. Neko. Neko ni. So yeah, any questions, Marky? Follow-up questions. I want to know if there's something that you want to know. Should I engage them first or what? If you want to engage them, you need to make sure that you have the team and then you have the damage to actually kill the guy, because the target that you went for is actually Life Stealer. if you don't chain stun the life stealer and then you don't burst him while disabled, he will be able to use the rage and then life steal his HP back. And that's why you lost the last engagement. You managed to control the life stealer, but you cannot get away, like get out of your of that engagement, and then they failed to kill the life stealer. So yeah, it's not a good idea to engage in there, for sure, because you don't have damage to kill him. And you gave up your positioning. And then you died, bought back, died back. GG. Yeah, Tidehunter should go in first, like Ravage. But the conditions are Viper is there, Weaver is there to do damage. Because once the Tidehunter blink in and then Ravage, you need to be there to go through the finger and then go through the controls, making sure that the life stealer will not be able to use rage and then survive, or even rage and then infest. You know, yeah, that should be the case, of course. Your initiation is really bad for sure because you didn't realize the positioning of the location of your teammates. You managed to control the enemy, but there's no follow up damage, which is a bad thing. And yep, game's over all of a sudden. Does that answer your question, or you have follow up question or more questions? Okay, so I guess we're good, right? I already put a check mark on your request, Sharky. So it's the same thing for the others. I just wanted to try to apply those things, like try to fix the bad habits that I've mentioned, and then tell me if it's effective or not. The replay analysis, okay? By sending me a feedback, and then let me know if promote the channel to your friends. So tell them about it. Tell them about what I'm doing, so we can have more people to improve. Not just you, of course. We can help other people as well. So yeah, thank you for your time, Sharky, and hopefully you rank up.